The world of small helicopters is shifting fast, and the Mosquito XET is setting the pace for accessibility and performance. And here's where it gets really interesting. Ultralight helicopters used to be the playground of daredevils and weekend tinkerers. Think back a few years. Machines like the Helicycle, the Safari 400, or the Belgian H3 Evo were already turning heads. They weren't toys, not exactly, but they carried that thrill of you're doing something most people can't. Prices were coming down, safety standards were improving, and suddenly, the sky felt a little more like an open road. But ultralights aren't just about fun anymore. They're about solving real problems. People aren't only buying these machines for the buzz of flying. They're buying them because they can actually get stuff done. Think about rural property owners, someone with a vineyard miles from the nearest road or a ranch tucked deep in the hills. Getting supplies, commuting efficiently, and even just seeing the property from above become practical, not a luxury. And yes, cost matters. Ultralights open the door for pilots who don't have a private jet budget, but still want to own a personal aircraft. And that's where the Mosquito XET steps in. This isn't an experimental craft hiding in a corner of a convention hall. It's the culmination of years of tweaks, lessons learned from the XE, and an approach that actually balances affordability, accessibility, and performance. Lightweight, efficient, and simple to operate, it slots perfectly into the trend of turning ultralights from niche gadgets into everyday tools for people who want to fly without breaking the bank. It's not just a machine, it's a statement. Flying can be practical, it can be safe, and for the first time, it can feel like something anyone could actually do if they were ready to step off the ground. But here's where it really starts to get fascinating. The Mosquito story didn't begin as a polished ultralight marvel. It started as the open-air XE, a lean, experimental craft for pilots who loved the raw sensation of flying exposed to the sky. Back then, it was all about simplicity, light, nimble, and fun. People loved it, but it had limits. Weather could ground you, comfort was minimal, and long flights weren't exactly relaxing. Enter the Mosquito XET. This model took everything that worked about the XE and refined it. The enclosed cabin, turbine options, and ergonomic upgrades transformed the machine from a weekend thrill into a practical everyday ultralight. It still carries that flyable by real people ethos, but now it's smarter, safer, and more accessible. What drives the XET is a clear design philosophy: simplicity, affordability, and practicality. There's no overcomplication, no unnecessary bells and whistles. Every line, every panel, every control is there for a reason: to make flying feel effortless without emptying your wallet. It's a machine built for actual pilots, not just hobbyists chasing Instagram shots. And that combination? It's exactly what makes the Mosquito XET stand out in a crowded market. Wait, you're watching right now but not subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button so we can move on with the video. You did? Okay, cool. Now back to the planes. And this is where the craft feels almost alive. The Mosquito XET's body isn't just metal slapped together, it's a masterclass in composite construction, light, strong, and resilient. You can see the attention to detail in the smooth curves, the balanced tail, and the rotor system that seems perfectly tuned for stability without fuss. There's a reason pilots immediately notice how planted it feels in the air. This is engineering designed for everyday use, not just flashy demo flights. The tail is long and precise, giving it control you can trust in crosswinds or tricky maneuvers. The rotor blades slice through the sky cleanly, delivering both lift and balance in a package that feels intuitive, even for newer pilots. And the enclosed cabin? It's more than comfort. It's a buffer against the elements, turning what used to be a weather gamble into a predictable, manageable flight. Here's the kicker: flexibility. The XET can be experimental or factory-built, depending on what the pilot wants. Want to customize, tweak, or assemble your own setup? Go experimental. Want a ready-to-fly, reliable craft out of the box? Factory-built covers that. It's rare to see an ultralight that balances freedom and structure so gracefully. You feel like the aircraft is adapting to you, rather than the other way around. Every angle, every surface, every component tells the same story, a focus on function without compromise. And that's exactly why the Mosquito XET has become a benchmark in modern ultralight flying.
Then back it off a half a turn. Then push the starter, 17%, push the igniter, come over, turn on main fuel, put your hand back on the throttle, 50% let go of the starter, 75% turn off the igniter, continue to roll up to 100%. Fuel valves open.
And here's the part that really makes your jaw drop. The Mosquito XET isn't just lightweight and sleek. It packs serious versatility under the hood. Pilots can choose between a piston engine or a turbine setup, and that choice changes the game entirely. The piston is reliable, simple, and incredibly fuel efficient. Think of it as the economical daily driver of the ultralight world. But the turbine? That's where things get exhilarating. A few extra horsepower might not sound like much on paper, but in the air, it translates to faster climbs, smoother handling, and power that feels like it's almost reading your thoughts. Depending on the configuration, the Mosquito XET cruises comfortably at speeds that rival small certified helicopters, while the range keeps you flying for a solid stretch without worrying about pit stops. And the fuel economy, shockingly low. Some flights cost less than a long drive in a standard car, which makes this machine feel less like a luxury hobby and more like practical personal transportation. It's not just about speed or range, though. It's about control. The XET delivers a handling experience that's forgiving yet responsive, giving new pilots confidence while still feeling exhilarating for seasoned flyers. Every flight feels balanced, predictable, and effortless. You're not just moving through the air, you're in sync with the machine. And that's exactly why its performance is turning heads across the ultralight world. Now step inside, and this is where flying gets personal. The Mosquito XET's cockpit is a single-seat layout designed for comfort. Even if you're 6 feet 4 inches, tall pilots aren't bending knees into uncomfortable positions here. Space is generous, and the design feels intentional. Nothing is cramped or awkward. Controls are stripped down, intuitive, and surprisingly simple. The cyclic stick manages forward, backward, and lateral movements, while the throttle lets you lift off and descend smoothly. Rudder pedals control yaw. It's all laid out logically, like the aircraft is teaching you to fly rather than challenging you. The glass cockpit adds a modern touch without overwhelming you. MGL displays keep engine data, circuit breakers, and other critical info in clear view. That red master switch? One flick shuts it all down in an instant if something goes sideways, and that kind of built-in simplicity makes beginners feel safer instantly. What's remarkable is how accessible it makes flying. You don't need decades of experience or complicated manuals to get the hang of it. The XET gives you all the tools, but in a package that respects the pilot. You feel in control from the first liftoff, and that confidence changes everything. This is more than a cockpit. It's the bridge between human and machine. And the XET makes that connection feel effortless, even for a first-time ultralight pilot. And here's the part that really sets the Mosquito XET apart: safety. This isn't one of those ultralights where you're hoping everything holds together mid-air. The turbine engines come with built-in redundancies. Lose one component, and the aircraft keeps going. That kind of reliability isn't just reassuring, it's life-saving. Even the controls are designed with predictability in mind. The cyclic, throttle, and pedals all respond smoothly, giving you a sense of stability that's rare in ultralights. You can make small adjustments confidently without fighting the machine, and that matters more than most people realize. It's the difference between a jittery, stressful flight and one where you feel in sync with the helicopter. The Mosquito XET has been rigorously tested in real-world conditions, and that's backed up by an actual support network. Parts are available, technicians are trained, and the community of pilots means you're never on your own if something goes wrong. It's not just a machine you buy, it's a system designed to make sure your flights stay smooth, reliable, and above all, safe. For new ultralight pilots, that makes all the difference. You don't need years of experience to feel confident in the air. You get to learn, explore, and enjoy flying without constant worry. And that accessibility is exactly why the Mosquito XET is turning heads in the ultralight world. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, the Mosquito XET is shockingly affordable. The price point puts it well below most certified helicopters while offering performance and reliability that make it feel far more expensive than it is. Compared to machines like the Helicycle or Safari 400, the XET holds its own. You get a turbine option, an enclosed cockpit, and modern avionics without paying the sky-high premiums those competitors demand. And operating costs? Ridiculously low. Some flights cost less than filling up a standard car, making everyday flying genuinely practical. This isn't just for wealthy hobbyists. For regular buyers who want to own a personal aircraft without going broke, the Mosquito XET opens the door. It turns ultralight flying from a niche fantasy into a real, attainable option. Between initial costs, low maintenance, and fuel efficiency, it's one of the most accessible ways to take to the skies today. It's easy to see why pilots and enthusiasts alike are buzzing. A helicopter that's safe, practical, and genuinely affordable doesn't come around often. The XET isn't just flying, it's rewriting what's possible for ultralight aviation. And this is where the Mosquito XET really proves its worth. It's not just a flashy toy in a hangar. Think about personal commuting. Instead of sitting in traffic for hours, imagine lifting off, slicing through the air, and touching down minutes later. That's reality for XET pilots in urban and suburban areas. For those with remote properties, it's a game changer. Ranches tucked deep in the hills, vineyards far from the nearest road, even construction sites in tight clearings. The XET can get you there quickly, safely, and without complicated logistics. Suddenly, flying isn't a weekend thrill, it's a practical solution. And flight schools are taking notice. The XET's predictable handling, forgiving controls, and built-in safety make it perfect for training new pilots. Students get hands-on experience without feeling overwhelmed, and instructors can trust the aircraft will respond exactly as expected. Put it all together, and the Mosquito XET starts to feel like the everyday helicopter, one you could reasonably use for errands, exploration, or learning to fly. It's practical, accessible, and surprisingly efficient, proving that ultralight aviation can finally move beyond niche hobby status. And just when you think ultralights are all starting to look the same, the Mosquito XET pulls ahead. Compared to the Helicycle, Safari 400, H3 Evo, or even the Revolution Mini 500, it's clear why this one stands out. Those machines have their strengths. Helicycle brings turbines, Safari 400 is rugged, H3 Evo is certified, and the Mini 500 is perfect for training. But the XET combines the best of all worlds. The enclosed cabin keeps pilots comfortable, while the turbine option adds that punch of power you can feel on takeoff. Controls are simple yet precise, making it approachable for beginners but satisfying for seasoned pilots. And the operating costs? Low enough that flying daily doesn't feel like a bank robbery. In short, the XET isn't just another ultralight. It's positioned as the everyday solution, affordable, practical, and ready for real-world use. You get a machine that can commute, train, and explore without compromise, all while staying safe and reliable. That's a rare balance in a market full of compromises, and it's exactly why the Mosquito XET is changing the ultralight game.
The world's most searched helicopter, the Mosquito Helicopter by Composite FX. The world's most internet-searched personal helicopter is manufactured in the small town.
And just when you think ultralights can't get any more exciting, the horizon opens up. Urban air mobility is no longer science fiction. Cities are starting to plan for low-altitude air corridors, and the idea of personal aerial commuting is closer than ever. Drones, autonomous electric aircraft, and next-gen vertical takeoff machines are all part of this shift. The Jetson 1, for example, shows where the industry could go. Fully electric, autonomous, almost like a flying car you don't even have to pilot. But here's the kicker. Those futuristic machines aren't accessible to the everyday pilot. Yet, that's where the Mosquito XET shines. While the Jetson 1 hints at the future, the XET is the reality today. Practical, safe, affordable, and fully operational. It's a bridge between what ultralights have been and what flying could become. You don't need a tech lab or a pilot's license to experience a taste of the future. The XET puts that freedom in your hands right now. And it's not just about commuting or convenience. Flight schools, training programs, and hobbyists are all using the XET to prepare for the next era of personal flight. Pilots gain skills, experience, and confidence on a machine that's approachable, yet sophisticated, creating a pipeline of talent ready for autonomous or electric aircraft down the road. In short, the Mosquito XET isn't just part of the current ultralight landscape. It's paving the way for the next generation. It proves that practical flying, safety, and accessibility don't have to wait for futuristic tech. The future of personal flight starts here, and the XET is leading the charge. The Mosquito XET has redefined ultralight flying: safe, accessible, affordable, and perfect for training the next generation of pilots. So which ultralight would you take to the skies? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you loved this, hit like and subscribe. There's plenty more coming.